In this segment, we're welcoming Dr. John Avendano. He's the newest president at Florida State College, Jacksonville, unanimously selected by the board of directors after, I think, the international search was about 8 months long. So welcome, and welcome really to our community. What inspires you about this job? What made you say, that's where I want to be, Jacksonville?
Well, a couple of things. One is I've had the opportunity throughout my entire career to work with community colleges, and my wife and I had talked about our next phase in life, where we really wanted to be, and Florida was it. FSCJ happened to be the first opportunity that came available, and so I put my hat in the ring, and it was an amazing process to go through that process. 70 plus people were as finalists, and I was very fortunate that the Board of Trustees saw something in me that they thought can help lead this institution.
So, matter of fact, I want to get to that. The board chair said that you would bring a, quote, a fresh vision, shared values, industry expertise, and a true passion for education that will lead our institution to new heights.
Yeah.
What was that? Why don't you capture for me the vision that you presented to the board, the things that you see ahead for FSCJ?
Absolutely. So I think, first of all, in looking at the materials, we captured the idea that we are this community's college, right? It has evolved from the past of being a community college into a college that offers four-year degrees as well. And so the idea of being this community's college is what really attracted me the most. Is I believe in the mission of the community college, of the community's college, and being able to provide educational opportunities, workforce training, career and technical education opportunities. And so that was really the primary thing that kind of drove me to this. For my vision is just that. It's making sure that we are this community's college, that we find we provide opportunities for all the people within our community, for regardless of what their educational goals are, from as small as of just taking a class to as large as taking, getting a baccalaureate degree or an associate's degree. So that's a big part of it. The other big part is making sure that we are meeting the needs of our business and industry. We need to be responsive to their needs, so the workforce and the development and the training for the workforce of the Jacksonville area, that's what I'm all about.
Yeah. So I want to talk about an issue that we talked about just before we started our interview here, and go back just the beginning of this last week. Senator Rick Scott was on campus at FSCJ downtown. He addressed the issue of student loan debt. The senator met with students, parents, education officials at the downtown campus there, and they spent some time brainstorming ways to make higher education more affordable for students.
And now we have the second lowest university tuition in the country. We are #1 according to U.S. News & World Report in higher education in the country. But across the country, these students are ending up with so much debt, it impacts their ability to start a business, buy a home, so many things. And so one thing, I've been doing this around the state to get people's ideas about how we can figure out how to get the students higher education at a lower price with no debt.
Senator Scott has been traveling across the state, trying to hear different strategies on a number of issues, but this one in particular, Senator Scott saying that these conversations are critical to addressing and finding solutions to the problem. So, Dr. Avendano.
Yes.
What do you see as a solution to this problem of students walking out with that degree wherever it's at, including at FSCJ, and saying, how do I make it now with that debt?
Exactly. Well, first of all, it was an honor to be able to host Senator Scott on our campus. Within my first month, to have the opportunity to have him there. And I think he's on the right path. The idea of being able to get an education is a lot different today than where it was when I went to school, right? And the idea of trying to head off student debt and holding institutions accountable, holding students accountable, and making sure that they're well prepared for the workforce. The one thing that we pride ourselves, obviously, at FSCJ is the fact that we are extremely affordable. Right? You can get an associate's degree, you can get the baccalaureate degree at a very, very affordable cost of education. And so that really is in line with where the senator was, and that is to try to make sure that students can get a quality education, which they can at FSCJ, and not come out with huge student debt. And in addition to that is also to make sure that they are workforce ready, to make sure they've been well prepared so that they can get right into the workforce and not have other kind of barriers or burdens hanging over them. Students who come out with significant debt, you have to try to correct all that while they're still trying to get into what I call the world of life. So
yeah, that world of life can be tough to get into on its own without hanging over my shoulder the burden of having that extra debt, right?
Exactly. So, and again, that's one of the things that we kind of take our pride in and making sure that we have an affordable education option for any and all students, but also just to make sure that they're well prepared, have a quality education. So just the fact that we're affordable, it doesn't lessen anything with respect to the quality of education that they're getting. We're just funded a little bit differently, and so as a result, like I said, we have something to offer everybody.
And I love what you mentioned in terms of being that community school, working with community stakeholders like other businesses and knowing what they want, what they need for the workforce. Maybe last thing here, 30 seconds or less. You said your wife and you had decided Florida is next.
Yes.
Is it coming true? Are you enjoying being in Florida yet?
We love it. We've been here for about 5 weeks now, and
pretty hot.
It is pretty hot, and the interesting thing is we traveled back to Illinois, which is where I'm from, last weekend. When we arrived back in Jacksonville Airport, we both looked at each other and said, "You know, it's nice to be home." So we're already calling this place home. So we're excited to be here, and everybody's been wonderful.
Yeah, it is a great place to call home, and you can go visit those other places. Go back and visit the old home, but make this home now. We appreciate it and really appreciate the chance to welcome you to the community, introduce you to our audience, and certainly the people who are cheering you on. So
I'll be excited to come back any other time.